Good evening. Ira Epstein of Linn and Associates with your metal market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Tuesday. And we're now sitting here at the 21st of September, 2021 at 6 p.m. Central Time. Now, before I go anywhere, you're going to see an icon that's up through here. On that icon, click it if you wish to attend tomorrow's live webinar with me. That webinar is at 12:30 p.m. Central Time. The icon, you have to fill that out. You'll get an email with the passcode into it. If you have questions for me, the ideal thing is write them to me ahead of time. My email address is in there. Click on it. Send me your questions. I will handle that the rest of the way, okay? But we will do the live webinar. I open at 12:15 in the afternoon. I begin at 12:30 promptly. I end at 12:40 promptly, sometimes a minute or two ahead, but not going much over that. I do not record this for the website. I keep it obviously for our records, but not for the website. So you either come or you miss it. That's how I want to run those. I want you in them. So as I look at the metals, I was watching today, I kept telling people, keep your eye on copper. Until copper comes alive, there's a real problem in the market. It's called Dr. Copper for a reason. Now, I didn't understand what got into the platinum market. I admit it. It's the one metal that I got wrong today. I was expecting the market would go up and not lose its embedded reading. It did. Out you go. It's that simple. It's not been a pretty month for me. A lot of traders never admit, hey, I'm having a bad month. I'm having a bad month. I've had great months all the up until this month. And, I should have paid more attention to what September often brings in the stock market. This decline wasn't hard to predict on a seasonal basis. Catching it has proven to be a bit difficult. Now, what do we have tomorrow? The FOMC meeting, right? Then we have the Bank of England following that up the day after. China tonight has to decide what does it do with Evergrande, if anything. They might just let the company go. There's 1 million for investors, people that put down deposits on apartments. If that company were to go under, what happens to them? I don't see the Chinese government letting them go under. That's not buying a stock. That's money on apartments. They could do anything they want. It's a communist country. We'll see. I don't think it's a Lehman moment because the whole world isn't invested in China. Remember, they didn't want most people's money. I can't imagine any U.S. bank has much exposure anywhere. But when you look at the gold, it's nice that it bounced, but that's all it is. You can't tell me that that is a turnaround on the chart. I wouldn't accept that it is. When you see the chart on a bar chart here, you got to bounce. I respect that. You've got a pattern of lower high, up until this now, a lower low and now a higher high. That is not a trend. The resistance, I see the level at the 18-day average, the 200 and the 100. In other words, while some people think it can go higher here, it's very limited from what I'm seeing. When you look at where the market found its support, here's what the market really did. We'd been trading in a sideways band that was fairly well defined in the Bollinger Bands. Do you see that? Then the market, I cut myself real bad, so I keep looking at my finger. The market then starts playing around at that 18, and you get your first day out of the bands and then the second. Now, was this a downside breakout? But my way I do it, it is. You close in the bottom quadrant of the day, again in the bottom quadrant and lower on the day, and then the market starts its little correction. Okay, is it a breakout to the upside? No, but you ended this easy move. And another thing happened in gold that's positive for the bulls. You didn't latch on to the lower band and just sit on it the way you could have, driving the market down. The next thing is momentum was oversold, and you've given the momentum a chance to get a bounce. It's still oversold. Any reading in the slow stochastic, by my definition, that is under 30, that is how that works. Now, I know from some people they get different readings than mine. There's a reason for that. With the gentleman that developed slow stochastics, George Linn, I made a presentation to him when he was alive. I'm going back many years. I knew George. He was on my TV shows 30 years ago. And I said, the way you're using moving averages within it, I have a different concept, and I think it lasts longer. We talked, and that's where I went. I'm going to do a course on that to come up and show you the difference that I came up with. The concept is the same, but I think I found a better way within his mousetrap. That's all. Nothing more than that. But as I look at the market, it's just plain oversold. I'm not interested in it. Gold-silver ratio, silver's still not gaining on the gold market. It too did this. It was going sideways. It lost that characteristic. It broke down. This is only a week ago. It broke down. Today's the 21st. This is the 17th, and you're trying to climb back within those bands. But unlike the gold market, this is staying in each one of these days. It is hanging in at that lower band. I expected more of this action in gold than I got. This is more like I was expecting. The next chart is the copper. And my problem, I'm going to repeat it over and over. They call copper Dr. Copper. That's what it's called. Think of how many different things copper is used in. You cannot get this electric car revolution, all the energy you want, this clean energy, without copper. Go in, start doing your own research. I've done mine. And go on the internet and see how much copper is used to get this all done. This is one of these miracle metals that's going to be here used over and over because of how much conductivity it can offer and how it's used in everything. So I like what I'm seeing. But when it gets bad, do you honestly think when it gets bad it's telling you the economy in China is good? How could it? Well, let me come back to that just a second. They use 50% of the world copper. If it's falling like that, there's something not right. Now, admittedly, they were on a 2-day holiday. They're coming back tonight. We'll see how this does. In the platinum, I admit to being wrong. The market was embedded. I didn't think you were going to lose that today. You did. You got to be out of the marketplace. The odds are it's going to continue up and go to the 18-day average. You've made a major low in the platinum market. Yeah, I'm saying that. Then we get to the palladium market. Lower highs, lower lows. This is how I thought platinum was going to act. You talk about not having it right this month. I'm that fella, and that's where you're at. I've been right on the bigger picture. Trying to actually catch some of the trades has been very, very difficult. Last, the dollar index. You know I'm looking for the resistance right here. So what are we looking for in the Fed tomorrow? We're looking to see, do they tell us when they're going to begin tapering? We're looking to see the amount they're going to taper by. We're looking to see the dot plot as to what the different Fed members will think after they release their statement. That's going to be very important. And we're looking to see, is inflation going to be transitory? Or are members starting to change their opinion on that? So you put that all together, and that's what you want to start looking at to see where that's at. Now, I'm going to remind you, you see that up there, that icon? That's how you come into the chat room. Now, if you're new to trading or you want to get everything together, our futures trading kit, this is a brand new ad for it, and it tells you what we've been doing with it. It tells you how you get yourself going, a good overall view of it. Then we put everything in this. The tools for the beginning, the trading rules, chart patterns, where you're at. Here's the 14 very popular chart patterns. I made it simple, drew these so that you can see where they typically move one way or the other. Pivot points are included. Day traders love these, and if you're trying to get yourself in or out of a position, you can look within the day to see what's going on. Cause and effect. This is going to be super important. As we go into this next round of whatever the Fed's going to do, you're going to have to pay attention to M1, M2, and M3 money supplies. Then access the whole CME Group trading catalog. Phenomenal. We make it easy to get within that, and away you go. It's free. Just go to our website under free offers. It's there for you. If you have questions, you can always call my staff. I want to see you tomorrow, 12:15. I'll open the live webinar. See you there.